Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Yarnniffler podcast. My name is Sam and I'm a student from Belgium. Today I'm in Yper. This is my hometown where I grew up. So I'm not at my place where I study normally. So this is my room at home, so a different background today. Sometimes I'll probably have to stop because we live next to a train track. So if a train pass by, I'll just pause to make sure that everything is clear when I'm talking. So you can find me on Instagram as Sam Wyffels, and you can find me on Ravelry as Yarnniffler, and that's all. I think I have one finished object, a couple of works in progress, some acquisitions to show you, and a couple of new things from my yarn journey, and then some live stuff. So let's just start. First off, my first finished object is a pair of socks. So if you have been watching, I almost have a pair of socks every time to show you. I'll definitely have some in whips as well because I find them easy to take with me to do while I'm watching movies or while I'm going out, to have with me, just some small things. Yeah. So this is just a vanilla pair of socks. This yarn is, let me search the tag, the Lana Grossa Mail-in Weight in the color 2608, and it's just, let me try to find the tag, it's a bit ripped, 2080 nylon and merino, so superwash. Oh, I'm not even sure it's merino, probably just some wool. Let me see here, just virgin wool, so probably not even merino, but it's pretty soft and I like the colors. But as you can see, they almost match, but here I don't know what went wrong, but there was a knot here and the orange repeat is gone, so from here on out they don't completely match. So these are knit toe up, 56 stitches. I think I have 3 extra gusset stitches at each side. This is the Sockmatician's Toe Up recipe from Nathan Taylor of Sockmatician, and I knit this on 2.5 millimeter needles, and then I used 2.25 for the ribbing, which I did 20 rows of. So yeah, these are just another pair of tall socks, just to wear in my boots and stuff. It is warming up, but sometimes it's still cold and it's nice to have a pair of long socks. Yes, let me put these away so I have my sock blockers clear. So this is the only finished objects I have. So let's go into whips. First off, yes, I'm gonna be going down here because all my whips are down there, and there is something stuck in my zipper. Yes, like this. So in this bag is my House Pride sweater by Megan Reagan of Bad Wolf Girls Sits and Knits. This is the sweater I'm knitting for my cousin. So this is the Ravenclaw sweater, you could say. There is a lot of yarn attached because I finished the body, and probably, let me show this side. So it's an all over colorwork pattern. I finished the body and only have to do like the rib probably, but my cousin still needs to try it on and I haven't found the time to go and see her. And then I started the sleeves. Oh, I'm almost losing my stitches. Wait a second. Yes. So as you can see, this is where I split for the sleeves. So I knit maybe 25 rows, something like that, since you saw it last. And I'll try to knit on it a bit more this week, so I'll make sure to go and see my cousin and let her try it on. And if I can't see her now this week, then it will be next weekend when I'm back home again, to make sure it's definitely long enough. But yeah, she tried it on when I was about ready to split for the sleeves. No, when I was almost at the end of the colorwork, so say about here, and it fits perfectly. It's a bit big on her, but that's the idea, because she's only 12 and she'll grow probably, so we hope she can grow into the sweater. So I used a size 7 for the collar to make it a bit bigger, that it's not so close fitting around her neck. And then I use a size 3 for the rest of the body. And the colors I'm using is, this one is yellow or color 200, and this is color 265, or azul, this blue, and these are both Phil Carolina Areta Classic, their sock yarn. So let me show you this one, and that has 20% nylon and also 80% virgin wool. So let me put it back. I haven't really worked on it a lot because we went on a trip and I didn't take it with me. So I hope this week, when I'm still at home studying, I'll try to work on it here and there. Then next up I have my Tokyo socks. These ones are from Mina of the Knitting Expat in a Grocery Girls bag. I'm not that far yet. I have a couple of stitches done on the repeat. Let me show you, so you can't really see it yet. So I finished the toe. Last time I just had an, like if you can see here where my marker was, an itty bitty toe. But I took them on my trip but didn't really have time to work on them. So I'll try to work on them now, so they'll have like some kind of eyelet pattern that goes sideways. Let me show you the yarn. So these are for the heels, toes and cuffs, and this is for the body of the sock. So you have this light pink color with like some speckles in it. I like it. It's like a really neutral one. This yarn is from Yarning, her or his, I'm not sure, their classic sock base in the Lost Song colorway. So it was a kit for the Grocery Girls with 100 grams of the pink and then 2 contrasting colors. Yeah, I don't know, because I'm at home, my stash is just, some of my stash is down there, but I don't know where the other contrasting color is. But once I start a next pair of socks with those, I'll make sure to show you. So let me put them back. So yeah, as you can see, I haven't really worked on that. And then I have 2 whips that I started that you haven't seen yet. So let me find these one first. So another sock whip in one of my Grocery Girls bags is a pair of shorty socks, just my vanilla shorty socks. This is pair number 14. So I bought a lot. I can show you actually because I'm home. Let me go and get it. So I have this box that I got once when I bought a towel, and it is full of these balls. As you can see, most of them are wound up and started, are into cakes. So I have one more color here that still needs to be knit, and all the rest is knit into shorty socks. So once I'm done, I will probably make some new shorty socks with other combinations or other things. At the moment I just use the contrasting color for the toe and cuff, so probably I will see how much I can get out of one ball that I have used of the stripy color to use like for all of the foot, and then maybe make some like in between tall and shorty socks. So let me pause here and put my box back. Okay, so now that you see that, it's always nice to see my plans for those ones as well. So I'm working with Socks Mini, that's Socks Mini and Socks Mini Multi, so that's socks with an X. The variegated color is color 506, and the like for the toes and cuffs, let me show you the yarn maybe as well. Let's do this the right way around, like this. And this blue not variegated yarn is color, let me see, 174. So I started these on the day we left for our trip, and then I knitted this part on our first train ride, and then this, say from like here to here, like just one repeat. I knit it when we were at a show, so that was really nice. And I am almost ready to start my gusset increases. So these ones are gonna go pretty quick, because after the gusset increases I'll just do the heel and then 15, 12, 10 rows of rib for the cuff, just depending on how much energy I have to finish them or not. So those are those ones. I'm using, as you can see, it's a toe up. Also the recipe from Sockmatician. I just have like my magic numbers, you can say, on that, and I know it. I just know it. I don't need to read the pattern, so that's really handy. And then my last whip, I want to show you. Let me show my face as well. Is in this bucket bag from Stephen and Penelope. This bag I got. I made the holography, the mystery call from Stephen West last year in November. It was, right? And I bought my own kit for it. I put it together because I had some more leftovers I wanted to use. But I wanted a bucket bag and a tag as well, so I bought that. And in here is my ship shape. I know I've been talking it since the first episode, so we are almost 2 months later, I think, and I finally started it. So let me see. This is it. So ship shape is a pattern by Heidi Kermeyer, and as you can see, it is striped. This is something you maybe don't know about me, but I really love the color blue, and I love stripes. So once I saw this one on the Grocery Girls, Tracy made it, I fell in love, and also with her colors. So I chose 2 colors. Let me see. So I'm using Holzgarn Super Soft, so 100% non-superwash wool. So it's pretty rustic, as you can see. It hasn't really a lot of drape, but let me see. My swatch is in here normally. Yes, this is my swatch, and this has more drape, so it gets softer, and yes, it blooms beautifully. So I'm really looking forward to washing it and getting it to block it so it blooms, and then to wear it as well, because I think this will be a very warm but lightweight sweater. I'm making the XL size. I think this is a very size inclusive pattern. I just don't have it with me right now, so I can tell you what the biggest size is, but it is pretty big, let's say, because I'm like one of the sizes in the middle. So this is a very interesting construction. You have these 2 triangles, then you pick up for the front and the back, and then you pick up around and do some increases here. And yesterday I split for the sleeves, so now I'm just knitting the body. So I'll be knitting, say, like 20 centimeters, and then I'll try it on to see if I want it longer or shorter. We will see about that. So the 2 colors I have, the red one is Venetian. So this is Holzgarn Super Soft, and then the gray one is on a cone. So this is one of the leftovers from my holography as well, because I really wanted like this medium gray color, but they didn't have it in the small balls like you can see for the red. So I just bought a cone, and I was like, yeah, I will find something to work with it. So this is the flannel gray color. So as you can see, this is not the full cone anymore. I have like 2 separate balls, so this one is getting finished, and then I will start this one because I'm holding it double. So it gives like a DK weight. Yeah, let me just put everything back. So now that I showed you, I hope to go on. So this is what I really worked on the last 2 weeks, because we were normally going on to a concert on the Sunday, not this one past, but the one before, like the 3rd of March, the 3rd of April, but due to technical difficulties, the band couldn't make it. So we were just at home, and I was like, yeah, now it's the time to start my sweater. And I did take this one on our trip as well. So now that I've told you about my whips, I have some acquisition to show you. So first off, the giveaway I won from Chevis, or the Chevy Rail Stuff podcast as it's me, was an amazing package. So I got these 5 skeins of yarn. Let me show you them closer. So I think I will try, let me see how I did it, try to make like some kind of fade with it, maybe this way around. So yes, and probably make a faded t-shirt with then some striping in it, like I did for my probably for my rainbow dress, but I'm not completely sure about that. So this is from Mace of Skeins. So these are 5 skeins of 50 grams. So I have 1155 yards, and this is the tulip colorway. So this is just a standard 75 superwash merino and 25 nylon blend, and we will see. I'll make a swatch. I'm not completely sure if this is like a heavy fingering or maybe like a sport weight. I'm not completely sure because it's in yards and not in meters, so yeah, I don't know that, but yeah, I'm planning on making something beautiful with it, and once I have an idea I will definitely show it to you. And the other acquisition is some yarn from my trip. So we went to Berlin for a couple of days with my family. I will talk more about that in live stuff, but definitely I needed to go to a yarn store. So I went to Yarn Over Berlin, a very cute, nice yarn store, and I bought some hand-dyed yarn from a Berlin indie dyer. So this is a tote bag I got. It is Frida Fuchs, I think. I'm not completely sure, my German is not that great. So I bought 5 skeins of hand-dyed yarn, as you can see. I'll show them closer in a minute, but let me talk to you about the yarn shop first. So normally I buy a skein of sock yarn to make like 1 or 2 pairs of socks as a memory of my trip. But when I was there was a Soldotna crop by Caitlin Hunter. So let me put in a picture here so you know what I'm talking about. So it's like a knitted t-shirt with color work, and as you saw, I am a color work knitter now and I really like it. So I am tempted to do something with that pattern already, and then because it's getting warmer here in Belgium, I was thinking about some like short-sleeved sweaters and things to do. So I looked at the yarn it was knit in, and it was from this Berlin dyer. So I was like, yeah, let me just search 4 colors to do it with. So these are my 4 colors, and my 5th skein just fell down. So I have 2 skeins of this like tealy blue. So this is the Wonnenproppen DK. So it's a 100% superwash merino with 250 meters for 100 grams. So it's a DK weight. So let me show you this way. So and I think this color is Amazonas. I am not completely sure. So I bought 2 skeins of this to make sure that my shirt is long enough. So if you saw in the picture, like at the end you have just 1 color with some like fleece stitch, you could say, like a couple of speckles of another color into it, and to lengthen that I should need 2 skeins. So I bought 2 of them, and then I have this like goldeny, mustardy, yellow, I'm not completely sure how to call it, and this is called curcuma, but this is like a color I really love, and definitely in combination with something like this is like one of my favorite things. So like a mustardy ochre color with some kind of blue yarn. Then I got this beautiful green, and this is called Wireblad. I'm not completely sure. Of Bluff. Not completely sure. Definitely when I'm start something with this, I'll make sure to know all the colorways, because not everything is thing. And then this one is saffron. So this is like this burnt orange color that I really love. So this is going to be my color palettes, and yes, I only know that this is going to be the main color at the bottom, and for the rest I'll have to think about it, but I am already pretty happy about it. So yeah, we will see. I'll probably swatch with it in a couple of weeks and then try to start it to have it this summer, but I'll have a lot of stash to make other shirts, so I'm not completely sure, but we will see. So this was everything I wanted to show you today about the things I'm working on right now, or my acquisitions. Let me just flip a page in my notebook. So next up I want to tell you about my yarn journey, but the first thing I have to tell you I want to show on, so let me just have a quick change. Okay, I changed. So the next thing I want to show is this coat. So it is like a normal length for a long coat, you could say. It's pretty heavy because it's crocheted double-stranded. Let me try maybe blow it out a bit. So you can see you have like this, I can put my finger through this cross pattern. So this is the kruisvest from Chick. So I have made a couple of patterns from her already that I showed you in another episode. So as you can see, I still have some safety pins here to mark where I want to put the other closures. I'm not completely sure if I will keep these closures. Because as you can see, I can't really close the jacket completely. So yes, I'm still thinking about this. It has been hanging in our entryway for about 2 years. So I'm thinking about so what I did is I sewed with, these were some jeans that were some like dark gray jeans that ripped. So I sewed like a rectangle with them and then make this rope and then purchase these ones. But I think I will just buy like 1 or 2 buttons and like have 2 buttons here, because this is more like a vest to wear to, or like a sweater, a cardigan slash coat to wear to like a formal event. So I'm thinking about just having 2 buttons, because this is not really my thing anymore, and 2 years later I haven't really worn it, so that shows that I'm not completely happy about it. But it's also been, I finished it at the start of the pandemic, so yeah, we're at the beginning of 2020 when I'm making this, and yes, it doesn't really work. It still fits because I have put on a bit of weight, which is no problem of course, but I was afraid that it doesn't fit. And at the back here, let me try to show you. Here we have like these 2 beautiful buttons. So I'm thinking about maybe searching 2 more of those buttons and like putting them here, so just like I can close the coat here, and it has a high neck that doesn't really close, but gives some warmth, and yes, I really like wearing it. Yes, putting it on again today makes it good. It just gives me a good feeling again, so I'll think about what I will do with it, and then we'll see. So I'll pause again and put the next thing on I want to talk to you about. Oh, maybe the yarn I used is a Royal from Zeeman, so the 100% acrylic yarn I have been talking about in the other couple of episodes as well, just held double. So it's not that hot because it isn't a wool, and it has, because of its crochet, it has some holes in it. So yes, it's like a combination, like if it's really cold in the winter it probably wouldn't give enough warmth, but going to an event, just putting this on could be nice. So, okay, let me put on the next thing I want to talk about. So this is the next thing that I want to talk about. If you see it at the top, you maybe think, oh, it's just a black sweater, but let me stand up and show you. So these flower pattern, let me just take it off, but as you can see, it's a bit of an oversized sweater, but I really like wearing it. This is also made in acrylic, so let me show you the roses from closer by. Okay, so this is the Isadora sweater from this book, from the Veritas, just like a store in Belgium that I bought, that I made something else out as well. So as you can see, but this was the pattern I got with it. So as you can see here, you have the three big flowers, and then you have this. So this was not the right pattern, so I went back to the store a couple of times and asked them from, I really want to make this sweater but with the right pattern, and then they sent it to me but in like a document that wasn't readable. So what I did is I made my own pattern. So one day I just sat at my computer and colored it in. So yes, I even have like a little part here because I didn't have enough places, and then yes, so this was how it went. So it was a huge undertaking. I just started watching podcasts as well, so I wasn't really certain about how to make this and all, but I did it. I used the flex pattern, so I showed you last time, I think, or 2 episodes ago, that I made 2 flex sweaters. I think it's 2 episodes. So this one was next, so I just used that template because in the book they just say, yeah, knit it flat and then sew it together, but I don't really like that. And so I looked up a way to do intarsia in the round. So I think it's on this side, yes, here, but I'm not completely sure if you can see it. It's like a seam. So under my right arm there's a seam because of doing the intarsia. So I did all the increases and then split for the sleeves, and after that I made the pattern. So now thinking about it, I probably could have done it earlier, but that was the way I found it out. At that time I didn't really think about, oh, intarsia would be hard, because I didn't hear anyone talk about it. I was just, yeah, I'm going to try this and we'll see how it works. So for the colors I used Stylecraft Special Decay, so 100% acrylic yarn that's really soft, comparing to the Royal that's also 100% acrylic that I was wearing just before in my coat. This is definitely softer, but also this isn't wool. This doesn't, that's the way I want to say it, give a lot of warmth. When it's really cold it just gives not a lot of warmth, and when it is warm you get this plasticky feeling, but sometimes in these in-between times it's perfect to wear, and I really love to wear it. So this is the color black, or number, let me see, 1002. Then we have the red color is claret, 1123. Then we have a cream color, but I'm not completely sure if you can see the difference. Like here the bottom stitches are a soft pink, and then this is a cream color. Maybe here you can see it better, that there is a difference. I'm not completely sure because there's just a small difference, but the cream color is called cream and is color 1005, and then the soft pink is soft peach in color 1240, and then the green color is 1113 and cold green. So this is my sweater, and yes, I really like wearing it. The sleeves are just a tad bit too short, but sometimes when I need to work in the lab and I want to wear a sweater that is not too hot, because it doesn't need it in the lab, this is a good sweater because it stays under my lab coat. So yeah, that's one I wanted to talk about as well. And then next up I have a hat. So let me just model it for you, like this way around, like this. Let me come a bit closer. So this is crocheted, and this is the November Sky Beanie by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. I was tested for this, so this was the first pattern I ever tested. And as you can see, you have like these V-stitches, which I really love, and it's like you have these beautiful crown decreases that goes like into one point. So this was crocheted. I'm not completely sure about the hook size, but the yarn is Katia Marino Aran in color 23, and yes, this was some leftovers. I had leftover from like my triangle scarf, mitts, and hat I made in this plaid. So this was like the burgundy wine color I have red. And I really love it. I like wearing it, and because it is so slouchy, it really goes with me. If I'm like having a bun in or a ponytail, then I can still wear it. And it's a bit big on me, but it's also nice to wear. So yes, and because this was one of the first patterns I ever tested, this has a special place in my heart. Then I have two more things I want to talk about from my journey that I don't have. These were school projects that one I just finished. I gave in the last day of school before the pandemic started, and the other one I sent pictures in, and then when we went to do like our last day of school, when we were at school, I gave it to my teacher. So the first one was like a picture of these hands. I'll make sure to put one as here. And I made roses that go all around it. So just let me put the picture here. You can see it in just different colors. From the most of them are probably Stylecraft Special DK or like Royal from Zeeman. So DK worsted weight. Some roses that I made and then glued on there. And this was like to show appreciation, something like that. I just was like, I need to make something, let me crochet these and put them on here. They gave some real nice texture, and I just printed the picture on this like nice cardstock. So yeah. And the other thing I made was I made a brain. So the brain was the brain hat for science. So you just like made a hat and then knitted a lot of I-cords that you sew down that give like the idea of a brain. And then I put it, so I used the pink I had left over from my sweater in Stylecraft Special DK for this brain. I'll make sure to put in pictures as well. And then I glued it on top of a box, like a clear round box. So I stuffed it with like paper, and then in this box I made a lot of little things to just give like inside someone's brain. And then there was like an octopus, a hedgehog, a little bunny with a dress, and then I had some socks, a hat, a crown, I think a heart is in there as well, a couple of books, and then a sweater. All these little mini things I knitted and crocheted just to give like an idea, like you need to shake it to see every part of it, just like an inside of someone's brain. I needed to make some kind of project, and this was it. So I'll make sure to put in pictures of the brain and then also all the little things I made. So yes, that was everything for my journey for this part. Let me pause here, take a break, and then I will be back to talk a bit more about the last things that happened in these last 2 weeks. Okay, I'm back. So the live portion now. So as I told you, we had a ball on April the 1st, and it was really nice. It was put on by like the student council from our university. So first off, we went to help one of our friends who went to dinner at the ball herself with like the decoration for her table. And just let me stop here because the train is coming again. Okay, the train passed by, so let's keep going. So we went to help one of our friends who had some troubles with decorating her table, and she had like some balloons with helium in it, but it didn't work. So after that we just all went to my room where I normally film from and just had fun. We all got dressed. Some of this did our hair or makeup and all of that, and meanwhile we were blowing up these balloons with helium and drawing on them. And then everyone piled back into the car, and we our friend with the balloons who went to dinner at the ball herself, we just drove her to where she needed to be, so she walked out with like all of her balloons with her, which was very funny to see. And then we went, so at that moment we were with 4, then we went to meet 2 of our other friends to go out to eat. And then after that we went, because the ball for us who went dancing only started at 11 p.m. So around 8 we were done with eating at a restaurant, and then we went to somebody else's place to just play some games and dance already, get into the mood, and then we went to the ball. And I almost danced for 6 hours straight, you could say. So the ball ended at 5 and I was there till it ended, so it was really nice. I went out dancing, so I'll make sure to put some pictures in as well, because we had a lot of fun, a lot of good music, sometimes a bit less, but then we just talked for a bit and then tried to find some friends. And so yeah, it was really nice. And then I just came home. I was with the car, so I packed all my bags and everything to study these 2 weeks. So now I'm into my second week of Easter holidays. This is a moment to start studying, to work on some group projects and all of that. So I just got home with like all of my things that needs to be washed and all of that. And then yes, then on the Sunday we normally had to go to a concert, but due to technical difficulties the band couldn't make it, so there was no concert, and I was pretty down about that because I was really looking forward to going to this concert. So I just said whatever and started my chip shape, so that was like a good thing. And then I knitted on that for almost all that week. And then on Wednesday night we left for Berlin. So around 5 we took the train in Kortrijk, where I normally study. We took the train to Brussels, and then in Brussels we took the next train to Germany. So we had like an hour train ride between Kortrijk and Brussels, and then a 2-hour train ride between Brussels and Keulen. And then we had like a 2-hour layover. So we weren't completely sure what to do. So we were like, let's search for a cafe, and we find the dome of Keulen. So let me put in that picture as well. So we saw that. So that was right outside the station. So if you would ever be in Keulen, somebody, just go outside the station and the dome is right there. So this is like some church or something, really impressive to see. So, and then around 11 we boarded the train to leave to Berlin, and then we were on the train for like 6.5 hours, and then at 5:45 a.m. on Thursday morning we were in Berlin. So we didn't really have a good night's sleep, but we were there. We went by train, so yes, it was really nice. And then we just had a couple of days in Berlin, and then on Sunday we came back. We visited different things, so I'll just put in some pictures while I'm talking. So just me, my mom, my dad and my sister. We just slept at the hotel and then took the train or the underground to different parts of Berlin, walked around, visited some museums. So yes, that was really nice. Also went to a yarn shop, as I told you. Yeah, that was it. And then now I'm back home. So on Sunday night we got back home like just around 12 o'clock at night, so just not the Monday morning yet. And we left Berlin around 2:45 in the afternoon. So we had the Sunday morning there as well. And on Sunday, the day we left Berlin, I turned 20, so I'm no longer a teenager. It feels a bit weird saying that I'm 20. So yes, I feel like getting old, but I definitely, yes, I will definitely celebrate it with friends and family. Now I'm back. Like later today, I'm going out to eat with my grandmother. I'm seeing some friends, so yeah, that's really nice. And also I have to study because this is like the period of 2 weeks off, no lessons, and I've been away last week, so I have to work now. But I think it's okay. It was really nice to going to Berlin, like being completely out of it, just me, my family. Where do you want to go this day? We didn't really have a lot planned. We only did like the first day on Thursday we did a tour with a bike and a guide to just have like an idea of which things we really want to see again. And then some of us, like we had a couple of friends who went already, and we asked them what's really necessary to go look at. What did you find one of the nicest things? So there were things we visited that were really nice, some that weren't that nice, but yes, it is a pretty city. We saw some amazing things, and then definitely everything about the war and the wall. We know about them, but it definitely is something else to see it. And when you're walking through Berlin, there are places that you just have like these stones that cross the streets that shows you where the wall was. So that was something different. But yes, it's a part of history that we can't ignore, and we just went and got some extra information about it. So that's, and now I'm 20 years old. And yes, I don't really know what else to say about it. So I think this is the end. I hope you had a nice moment with me, had some crafting time, or maybe you were cleaning and listening to me. This is something I like as well. So yes, that's all. Now I'll just edit this podcast and then go to eat with my grandmother and have a great day. I hope you have a great day as well. And if there is anything you would like some more information about, just leave a comment down below. I would like it if you subscribed and all of that. So yes, that's everything I think I have to say. Okay, let's just end this here. Bye!